Welcome to Movement and Function. Today I'm excited to bring you a fantastic video with exercises and training tips to help you improve the speed of movement while you're walking or running. This video will be great for you whether you're a slow, medium, or fast walker, or a slow jogger all the way up to a fast runner. I'll show you modifications and progressions of all of the exercises, and you'll easily be able to adapt the movements and the concepts in this video to work best for you exactly where you are today. The first exercise is to take a longer step while you're walking. Now you can do this inside your house with patterned carpet or hardwood or tile floors by choosing to step to a line a little bit farther out than your comfortable step length. You could also do this outside on pavement, grass, any surface, just by choosing a target to reach with your foot that is a little bit longer than your normal step. So I'll show you an example of this in my short little runway in the studio. So this is a comfortable step length for me, just walking here in the studio. So for this exercise, what I would do is step a little bit farther. Choose a line in your floor or a change in pattern as a target, and reach for that line. You can try moving a little bit slower or a little bit faster as you reach and extend the length of your step. Do 20 repetitions total, at least 10 feet or so. The longer the runway you have, the better, so that you can build up repetition after repetition of the increased step length. The next one is a walking lunge. Take a big step forward and lunge, and then take another step forward and continue lunging, alternating left and right legs. Lunge as far down as you feel comfortable. If this is about all you can do for today, that's fine. If you can go a little bit deeper, that's great. So step as far out as you can and lunge as low as you feel comfortable. As you practice these exercises day by day, week by week, you'll likely find that you're able to increase the length of your step as well as the depth of the lunge. The next is a high knee march. Now you can do this exercise either standing in place or stepping forward. Try both and see what feels best for you. Standing with tall posture, feet about hips distance apart. Raise one knee and go up onto your toe on the other side. So we'll go up and alternate side to side. Now to do this while walking, you'll raise the knee as you go up onto your toes. High knee, up onto my toes. High knee, up onto my toes. Continue alternating left and right legs. Perform 20 repetitions. Next, I'll show you 3 exercises to improve your balance and your confidence. The first one is a side step squat. Standing with feet about hips distance apart, extend your hips out behind you, bend your knees. So with this squat, you want your weight more on your heels, not forward on your toes with your knees bent forward this way. You want to be sitting back in your seat. Now try to stay in this squat, and we're going to step to the side. Continue stepping to the side, the length of your runway. The longer the runway, the more steps you can take, the harder the workout. Number 2 is a backward walk or a backward run. Make sure that the space where you're doing this doesn't have anything on the floor that could trip you up, or no holes if you're doing this outside. As I walk backward, really reach with your toes behind you, so you're taking as long of a step as possible while you're walking backward. If you feel comfortable with this, you could try adding a little bit more speed. So you're getting a little bit of speed and coming off of the ground a little bit. Again, just be sure that there isn't anything that will trip you on the floor or no holes to step in. Okay, the last balance exercise is single leg stance with your eyes open and eyes closed. If this is your first time doing a single leg balance exercise, be sure that you're standing next to a countertop or something for support. Standing with tall posture, feet about hips distance apart, shift your weight onto the right leg and lift your left leg with your left toes just barely off the ground. And balance. Hold as long as you can. Our goal is 30 seconds with eyes open. Then put your foot back down, shift your weight, and switch to the other side. Hold as long as you can, shooting for 30 seconds, and then put your foot back down. Now, a progression of this exercise is to close your eyes. Be sure that you're standing next to a countertop for support the first few times that you do this exercise, until you have enough balance and confidence to do this without touchdown support. Shift your weight, get your balance. Once you feel solid and confident here, then close your eyes, and you'll see I really start to move more with my eyes closed. Okay, and then open your eyes, put your foot down. If you need to touch down because you start to lose your balance, do that. Or again, standing next to a countertop, you just tap the countertop if you need to. Shift your weight to the other side, lift the leg, get your balance, and then close your eyes. We're shooting for 10 seconds in the single leg stance balance with your eyes closed. Okay, beyond those exercises, I wanted to share some training tips with you that can be very helpful for increasing your speed and endurance. The first one is to use interval training. The basis of interval training is to change your speed as you're walking between slow, medium, and fast. It's a great way to start. Very simple. You can do this based on time or based on distance. If you're walking or running on a treadmill, it might be easiest to use time for your intervals because that's what you can access very easily on the front of the treadmill. If you're out walking in the community, you can use physical landmarks such as mailboxes, telephone poles, driveways, that sort of thing. Start with at least a 5-minute warm-up before you begin the intervals. Once you're ready to start your intervals, then decide what type of interval you're going to use. Is it going to be distance, based on landmark, or time? For the first interval, increase your speed for that certain distance or amount of time. Once you reach the end, then decrease to a slow speed. And continue alternating between slow, medium, and fast. Have fun with this, play with it. Instead of following a specific pattern, the best way to do this is to vary it. Your body will respond better to the variation in training, rather than sticking with a consistent pattern. It's also a lot more fun to vary the intervals in your workout. If you find interval training to be intense, set a specific goal for yourself. Say 5 minutes of intervals, and then return to your regular walk or your run. As you practice this more and more and it feels good, then extend the amount of time that you're doing the intervals within your workout. If your primary focus is on endurance, meaning you want to be able to walk for a longer period of time, then a great way to integrate intervals is to include 5 minutes of interval training and then add 5 minutes of your slowest pace walk or run. That way you are extending the length of your workout and you're getting a little bit of speed work in at the same time. You can also modify this by just going between slow and medium. If fast intervals feel like too much for you to start with, then just stick with slow and medium. On the other end of the spectrum, if this feels good for you and you want to continue to progress this, then stick with medium and fast intervals. So it's really up to you how intense you want to work and how hard you want to challenge yourself. Another great training tip is to vary your workout with other types of complementary exercise. If you're already walking and running 5 to 7 days a week, it would be great for you to swap out 1 or 2 of those days with something like biking. You can still work on speed and endurance through interval training while you're on the bike. Varying your activity gives your body time to rest and recover from the specific strains and stresses associated with that one activity. It allows your muscles and joints to work in different kinds of ways. I also strongly recommend, if you aren't already strength training, add 1 or 2 sessions a week of strength training. Finally, rounding out your program with a good balance and stretching activity is fantastic. Yoga, Tai Chi, Qigong, those are all great ways of decreasing the stress and strain on your body, again to reduce the risk of an overuse injury, as well as improving your balance and your breathing. Improving your balance and breathing are great ways to improve your speed and your endurance while walking and running. I hope you find these exercises helpful to improve your overall walking and running program. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and click the thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below, and I'll go back to you as soon as I'm able. Here's to your health, happiness, and a great walk or run today.